Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss Pure Math 3, Paper 3-2, May-June 2025. Question 1. Solve the equation e to the power of x plus 2 e to the power of negative x over e to the x minus 3 is equal to 4. Give your answer correct to 3 decimal places. So first, we use algebra. Move e to the power of x minus 3 to the right. It will be like this. And then we expand the expression on the right. Becomes 4e to the power of x minus 12. And then now we let y equals e to the power of x, so that we will have an equation in terms of y. And then multiply both sides by y. So we have a quadratic equation in terms of y. And then using quadratic formula, we can find the value of y. There are two values of y, but we can only use the positive value of y. So the only value of y that we can use is 6 plus square root of 42 over 3. And then now write y back to e to the power of x. So e to the power of x is equal to 6 plus square root of 42 over 3. X is ln 6 plus square root of 42 over 3. The answer is 1.426. Question 2, part A. Expand 6 minus x times 1 minus 2x to the power of negative 3 over 2 in ascending power of x up to and including the terms in x squared, simplifying the coefficients. So in order to expand this expression 1 minus 2x to the power of negative 3 over 2, we can use this formula. This formula is given in the list MF19 formula. You can see from that booklet. So using this formula to expand this part, we will get 1 plus the n is negative 3 over 2 times negative 2x, and then this part will become this one, negative 3 over 2 times negative 3 over 5 over 2 divided by 2 factorial times negative 2x squared. We need to expand until x squared only. So we simplify it into 1 plus 3x plus 15 over 2x squared. And then we need to expand one more time, multiplying 6 with each term here. And also multiply negative x with, again, with 1 and 3x. We don't need to multiply the x with 15 over 2x squared because the degree will be higher than 2, while the question only asks to expand up to x squared. So this is the result, and we simplify it into 6 plus 17x plus 42x squared. Part B, State the set of values of x for which the expansion is valid. So this expansion is valid when this one, the absolute of 2x is less than 1, or negative 1 is less than 2x is less than 1. So x, the value of x lie from negative 1 and half. Question 3. On an Argand diagram, shade the region whose points represent complex numbers z which satisfy both the inequalities absolute z minus 3i is less than or equal to 2 and 1/4 pi less than or equal to argument z minus 1 minus 2i less than or equal to 3/4 pi. First, absolute z minus 3i is less than or equal to 2 means the region inside a circle with center 0, 3 and radius 2. This one. The region is inside this circle. And then the second one, this one means that the argument from 1/4 pi until 3/4 pi, but we need to start from point, we need to draw it from point 1, 2. This one. So the argument from 1/4 pi until 3/4 pi, but then we need to draw it from not from 0, 0, but from 1, 2. So this one is pi over 4 up to 3 pi over 4. And don't forget the starting point is 1, 2. So the wanted region is the one that I shade there. Question 4. Solve the equation 3 cot x minus 4 cot 2x equals 3 for 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 180 degrees. So first, don't forget the meaning of cot. Cot is 1/10. So this one we can rewrite it again into 3/10x. Do the same thing here. Become 4/10 2x equals 3. And then expand 10 to x using double angle formula, in which 10 to x we can expand into 2 10x over 1 minus 10 square x. We use this formula for this part. So we get this one, and then to simplify it, we multiply both sides of the equation with 2 10x. So this one becomes 6. This one here become minus 4 times 1 minus 10 square x, and this part becomes 6 10x. So we simplify it into this form. And then it's easy to understand that it will be simplified into that and this one. And then what we want to do is to factorize this quadratic equation. It can be factorized into this form. So tan x is half, x is 26/6 degrees. And the other solution, tan x equals 1, so x is 45 degrees. Question 5. The square roots of -1 minus 4 square root of 5i can be expressed in the Cartesian form x plus iy, where x and y are real and exact, by first forming a quartic equation in x or y. Find the square root of -1 minus 4 square root of 5i in exact Cartesian form. So students, let the result of square root of this one can be written in the form of x plus iy. It means that if we square both sides, it will become like this. So we expand the one on the right, the expression will be like this one. Don't forget I squared is -1. So this expansion will be like that. And we group the real part with the real part, and we separate the real part from the imaginary part. So now we have two equations. Because this one is the same as this, it means that the real part x, which is x squared minus y squared, must be -1. So that's the first equation. And then the imaginary part to xy must be the same as -4 square root of 5. This one. And then we can write y in terms of x by moving the 2x to the right. So y in terms of x is -2 square root of 5 over x. And then use substitution. Replace the y here with -2 square root of 5 over x. The first equation will become this one. It will be in terms of x only. And then, since we don't want to have fraction, we multiply by x squared, both sides. And then we simplify into a quartic equation in terms of x. And we factorize. It can be factorized into x squared plus 5 times x squared minus 4 is equal to 0. Students, x and y here must be real number, not imaginary number. So that's why we have only solution here, because this part, the value of x will be imaginary. So x squared is equal to 4. We have two possible values of x. The first one, x1 is equal to 2. And then to find y1, we use this equation. So y1 will be -2 square root of 5 over 2. It will be negative square root of 5. So the first answer is 2 minus square root of 5i. We also have x2, the other value of x. x2 is -2. So again, using this equation, we can find y2. y2 is square root of 5. So the second solution will be -2 plus square root of 5i. Question 6a. By sketching a suitable pairs of graphs, show that the equation absolute x minus 2 is equal to 2 sine half x has only one root in the interval 0 less than x less than pi. So we need to sketch the graph of y equals absolute x minus 2. The blue graph is the graph of y equals absolute x minus 2, in which the critical point is when x minus 2 equals 0 or x is equal to 2. And then the red graph is the graph of y equals 2 sine half x. When x equals 0, the value of y is equal to 0. And then when x is equal to pi, the value of y is 2 sine half pi, which is equal to 2. So as you can see, there is only one intersection point between these two graphs. Therefore, there is only one root in the interval from 0 until pi. So there is only one intersection. The intersection is the root of this equation. And then for part B, show by calculation that this root lies between 1 and 1.5. So we move the expression on the right to the left. So we get the equation absolute x minus 2 minus 2 sine half x is equal to 0. So we need to check the sign of absolute x minus 2 minus 2 sine half x for the value of x equals 1 and for the value of x equals 1.5. So when x equals 1, the value of this is 0.0411, which is positive or greater than 0. And then when x equals 1.5, the value is negative 0.863, which is less than 0. So according to the sign change rule, we can say that there is one root between 1 and 1.5. And then for part C, use the iterative formula xn plus 1 equals 2 minus 2 sine half xn with an initial value of 1.03 to calculate the root correct to 2 decimal places. Give the result of each iteration to 4 decimal places. So we start from x equals 1.03, and then x1 we put or we substitute the value of x with 1.03. We get 1.0149. And then for x2, we change the value of x here with 1.0149. Then we get the value of x2 is 1.0281. We repeat this process several times until until the value remain the same, correct to 2 decimal places. So I stop until this because x7, if we round it off to 2 decimal places, it will be 1.02. x8 also 1.02 if we round it off to 2 decimal places. So we can conclude that the value of x is 1.02. Question 7a. Express 7 sin theta plus 24 cos theta in the form r cos theta minus alpha, where r greater than 0 and 0 less than alpha less than half pi. Give the value of alpha correct to 4 decimal places. Students, if you forget the formula on how to change this into this form, you can start by expanding r cos theta minus alpha. The expansion using subtraction angle formula, it will be r cos theta times cos alpha plus r sin theta times sin alpha. Or we rearrange it so that it will be in the same order as in the question. So I put this in the front and this one at the back. So since this one sin alpha, this one is also sin alpha, in order to make it the same, we have to equate the r sin alpha with 7. And then r cos alpha with 24. Since this is cos alpha, this is also cos alpha. So r sin alpha is equal to 7, and then r cos alpha is equal to 24. And then to find r, we square both sides of the first equation, and we also square both sides for the second equation. And then we add both equation and we get this one. R square sin square alpha plus r square cos square alpha is equal to 7 square plus 24 square. So factorize, and sin square plus cos square is 1. So r square is equal to 7 square plus 24 square. You can do this process if you forget the formula. But usually if you already remember this formula, you can jump to this step. So r is equal to square root of 7 square plus 24 square, which is equal to 25. So if you remember this formula, you can save some time of your test duration. And then we know that r sin alpha is equal to 7. You can use r sin alpha equals 7 or r cos alpha equals 24 in order to find the value of alpha. The result will be the same. So sin alpha is equal to 7 over 25. So alpha is 0.0 2838 radian. Since alpha here in this question must be in radian. So we can write 7 sine theta plus 24 cos theta into this form. 25 cos theta minus 0.2838 radian. And then part B, hence solve the equation 7 sine 1/3 x plus 24 cos 1/3 x equals 24.5. So we use our answer in the previous part. Just replace the theta with 1/3 x. So the equation will be 25. This one is our answer to the previous part of this question. So 25 cos 1/3 x minus 0.2838 is equal to 24.5. Move the 25 to the right, it will be 0.98. And then we use calculator. Since this one is positive, cos positive can be in either the first quadrant, this is the first quadrant, or it can also be on the fourth quadrant. On the fourth quadrant, it is negative 0.2003. So we have two solutions. The first is x equals 1.45 and the second is 0.251. Question 8. The variables x and theta satisfy the differential equation sine 2 theta dx over d theta equals 4x plus 3 cos 2 theta. And x equals 0 when theta equals 1 over 12 pi. Solve the differential equation and obtain an expression for x in terms of theta. So first of all, we rearrange this equation so that expressions that contain the same variable will be on the same side and the other variable on the other side. So I'll move the sine theta and d theta to the right here, and then those that contain x I gather in the other side. So it will be 1 over 4x plus 3 dx is equal to cos 2 theta over sine 2 theta d theta. And then we integrate both sides. This integration is easy because we can only apply the formula that will be given. You can see the list that will be given to you, the list of formula that will be given to you during the test. But for this part, we need to use substitution method. So the integration of this, I use substitution u equals sine 2 theta. So du over d theta, the first derivative will be 2 cos 2 theta. So d theta will be, we move this one to the left. The left side become du over 2 cos 2 theta. So sine 2 theta is u, and then d theta we change it into du over 2 cos 2 theta. That way we can cancel the cos 2 theta. So now we have integration in terms of u. So half integral 1 over u du, the integration will be ln. So half ln u, but u is sine 2 theta. So this integration will be half ln sine 2 theta plus c. So this equation, this one, the integration is 1/4 ln 4x plus 3, while this part we already get it using substitution before. The answer is this. And then in order to find the value of c, we use the condition given in the question that x equals 0 when theta equals pi over 12. So replace the x with 0, the left side become 1/4 ln 3, and then replace the theta with pi over 12. And then finally, this is the process to find the value of c. The c is 1/4 ln 12. So now the complete equation will be 1/4 ln 4x plus 3 is equal to 1/2 ln sine 2 theta. This is the value of c. C is 1/4 ln 12. And then we multiply both sides here by 4 to make it simpler so that we don't have any fraction. It will be like that. And then I think you can continue this one using the law of logarithm. So this one becomes square here, and then plus become multiplication. I hope all of you remember the law of integration. And then we rearrange it until using algebra until we can write x in terms of theta. Sorry, I made some mistake here. It should be theta. Question 9. This is about vector. With respect to the origin O, the points A, B, and C have position vectors given by OA 1, -4, 2, OB -2, 1, 3, and OC 2, 3, 5. A. Find a vector equation for the line through A and B. So in order to find equation of line, we need to find vector AB first. Vector AB can be found by formula position vector of B, which is OB, minus position vector of A, which is OA. So vector AB is -3, 5, 1. And then for the equation of the line, this is 1 point on the line. 1 point on the line, you can either use point A, 1, -4, 2, or you can also use point B, -2, 1, 3. In this answer, I'm using point A times the parameter alpha plus the parameter alpha times the vector AB, which is -3, 5, 1. B. Using a scalar product, find the exact value of cos BAC. So in order to find cos BAC, we need to find vector AB and vector AC. We want to find this angle alpha. AB, we have found it before in the previous part, -3, 5, 1. While AC, we can use the same formula, position vector of C minus position vector of A. So this one is OC, this one is OA. So the vector AC is 1, 7, 3. And then in order to find angle A, we can use scalar product or dot product. Vector AB dot vector AC is the magnitude of AB times magnitude of AC cos A. So this is the process for the scalar product. I think it's easy to be done. -3 times 1, -3, plus 5 times 7, plus 35, plus 1 times 3. It's 3. And then this is how to find magnitude or length of a vector. And then cos alpha. Then I think this is easy to understand. Just use algebra. And then we can find that the exact value of cos A is square root of 2065 over 59. C. Hence find the exact area of triangle ABC. In order to find area of triangle, we need to find the value of sine A. So we know that the value of cos A, is square root of 2065 over 59. And then using the definition of cos, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, we can draw a right angle triangle. So this is angle A. And then we need to find the opposite side. I denote with y. So using Pythagoras, y is square root of 59 squared minus square root of 2065 squared. So y is square root of 1416. And then the formula for area of triangle. So area of the triangle is half AB times AC times sine A. So finally we get the area of the triangle ABC, which is equal to square root of 210. Question 10a. Find the quotient and remainder when x squared is divided by 1 plus 4x squared. So we'll do long division. We divide x squared by 4x squared plus 1. So in order to eliminate the x squared, we need to multiply 4x squared by 1/4. So we get this, and then we subtract. We can eliminate the x squared, and then we get this one, -1/4. So this is the quotient, 1/4, and this one is the remainder, -1/4. B. Find the exact value of integral from 0 to 0.5 of x tan inverse to x dx. So in order to do this integration, we are going to use integration by part. Since here is the inverse trigonometry, we are using this one as the u. So u is tan inverse to x. du over dx, students, you will be given the formula to differentiate tan inverse in the list of formula. So please see the list of formula. The differentiation will be 1 over 1 plus 2x squared. But we need to apply also chain rule. 2 here is the differentiation of 2x. The differentiation of 2x is 2. So we are using, we combine the chain rule with the formula in the list of formula. So the differentiation du over dx is 2 over 1 plus 4x squared. And then dv over dx is x. So v is the integration of x, which is equal to half x squared. So the integration of this, the integration by part, this is u times v minus integral v, this one du over dx. So we continue. This one already final. We need to integrate this part. In order to integrate this part, we need to divide x squared by 1 plus 4x squared, which we have done before in the previous part here. Remember that the division, the quotient of the division is 1/4, while the remainder is negative 1/4. So this one can be written as 1/4, which is the quotient. This one is the quotient. And then the remainder is negative 1/4. So minus 1/4 times 1 plus 4x squared. Integral 1/4 is 1/4 x. Since we have minus here, it will be minus 1/4 x. And then minus negative times negative is positive, so this one plus. I pull out the 1/4 from the integration. It's okay to make it easier. And then this one, actually here is 4x squared. I rewrite it again into parenthesis 2x squared. This one become 2x squared. And then you use the integration formula in the booklet. The integration of this part is 1/2 tan inverse to x. But then we have 1/4 here. So 1/2 times 1/4 is 1/8. So you see, this is the integration that we have done using integration by part. And then after that, this is definite integration. After we found the integration, we just substitute the value of x with 0.5 and then minus with when substitute the value of x with 0. Just put it here. We get this, and we simplify into, this is the final answer, pi over 16 minus 1 over 8. So this is the last question, question 11. The diagram shows the graph of y equals 5 sine 2x cos square x for 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1/2 pi, and its maximum point M. A. Find the exact coordinate of M. So in order to find the exact x coordinate of M, we use differentiation. The differentiation of 5 sine 2x cos square x, we are using product rule. So first, the differentiation of 5 sine 2x, which is become 10 cos 2x multiplied by cos square x. Please remember that the differentiation will be u prime v plus u v prime. So the u is 5 sine 2x, v is cos square x. And then this one is u, and then this one is v prime. For the differentiation of cos square x, we are using chain rule. Remember this one, cos x and then square. It can be differentiated into 2 cos x. This one is the outer differentiation, multiplied by the inner differentiation. The differentiation of cos x is negative sine x. So students, this is v prime here. So we combine the product rule and chain rule. And we can simplify this one into this, and then we use double angle formula. Sine 2x is 2 sine x cos x. I think you have this formula also in the list of formula. Sine 2x is 2 sine x cos x. It will be like this. And then cos 2x is cos square x minus sine square x. And then we simplify into 10 cos to the power of 4x minus 30 sine square x cos square x. For stationary point, the condition is that the first derivative is equal to 0. So just equate this with 0 and then factorize by pulling out 10 cos square x. So in this parenthesis, we still have cos square x minus 3 sine square x. So for this one, the solution is x equals pi over 2. And then for this part, the solution 10x is plus or minus 1 over square root of x. But it is obvious that M, the x coordinate of M, is in the first quadrant because this one is pi over 2. So the only possible solution in quadrant 1 is x equals pi over 6. So the answer is pi over 6. B. By using substitution, u equals cos x, find the area of the region bounded by the curve the x-axis between x equals 0 and x equals 1/4 pi, and the line x equals 1/4 pi. So for area, we are using integration. The question asks you to use substitution u equals cos x. But before that, again we use double angle formula. Sin 2x we can change into 2 sin x cos x, and it can be simplified into this form. So integral tan sin x cos to the power of 3x dx from x equals 0 until x equals pi over 4. So the substitution u equals cos x, the first derivative of cos x is negative sin x. So dx we can write into du over minus sin x. So dx we change into du over minus sin x. And then we also change the lower boundary and upper boundary in terms of x, change in terms of u. So when x equals 0, using this one, cos 0 is 1, so u is equal to 1. While when x equals pi over 4, cos pi over 4 is square root of 2 over 2. So now the integration is from 1 until square root of 2 over 2. And then cos x become u. So this one, cos cube x, it will be u cube. And then dx, we change it into du over minus sin x here. And then we can cancel the sin x so that the integration will be in terms of u, with respect to u. And then we continue. This integration is basic integration. The integration will be like this, and then substitute the value of u with square root of 2 over 2 here. And then minus, substitute the value of u with 1, this one. And this is the final answer, 15 over 8. Okay students, I think that's the end of our session. I hope this video can help you in preparing for your exam. Good luck and see you again in our next video.